Hi everybody, welcome back to the GB Lounge. We got a wicked band here. Amazing Mr. Elliot Polsky on the percussion, and of course Neil Cruickshank. And we're going to play a song called Shooting Star. And I want to tell you guys a little story about this song. It's a tragic story with a cathartic ending. So when I graduated from college in 1993, actually Jonas Gramis and Dan Perry, they hooked me up with Brickhouse.
Oh.
And it was just Rob and Ray, and Jonas was playing the guitar, and I was so excited because I was fresh out of college, and that was actually
like a gig.
A real gig, right? And I was so excited, and I was really eager, and we played a few gigs, but I was quite green coming out of college, and my timing was a little bit on top of the beat, and I was very, nervous, and so I didn't unfortunately last long in the band, and I did get canned. And
you got fired?
Well, for some, I don't know if you call it fired, but anyways, they moved on with...
Disassociated.
Yeah, disassociated. And so I was like, I felt rejected, and I felt like, I didn't talk to those guys for a long time. And then in 2001, I got a call from Ray, saying that they needed a drummer to fill in for Jordy because he had a foot operation. Remember, he had the problem with his face drum?
That's when you came and played with us for about 3 or 4 months. It was.
Yeah, and so I made a comeback, and they gave me another chance.
Was drinking involved?
Lots of drinking involved, and actually it was like the first time where I really felt, or one of the few times where I was really that rock star feeling where you're playing all the time. Hanging out, partying late at night, you're making money, you wake up with cash in your pocket, girls, drinks, late nights, right? And ironically, in this environment, I met Janice, my wife, and so in a kind of a crazy way, I found closure by getting to play again with Brickhouse, and second of all, I met you, and I met my wife, so I mean, you never know.
You just never know. Getting into music was never really a question in my family. Everybody was involved in music somehow. My mother was going to be, or wanted to be, a concert pianist at one point in her life. But in those days, well, you had to go out and get a job and don't put any sort of silly aspirations of being an artist or something like that, in front of good, solid decision making and responsibility. So she had to let that dream go. But all of us kids in my family were schooled in piano and piano lessons as early as I remember, and I hated it. I hated piano. I'm still trying to get over that. There's not very many piano therapists out there. It's pretty bad. The drumming thing, I don't think I can think of one particular thing that got me into it, but I do have very vivid memories of me taking our old chairs out of the kitchen, those old vinyl chairs with the metal frames, really cool chairs, and lining up sort of semicircle around me in the living room, and then taking knives out of the kitchen drawer and banging on the chairs. So I think it took me a while to sort of put, to add two and two together, why there were all these little gashes in so many of these chairs. I hadn't realized that I was the one who was doing that. Being a musician was what really fed my soul. Being on stage, as you know, there's perhaps aside from, you being a parent, there's few things that feel like that. And it's a hard thing to describe, and it's probably more powerful than any drug I could possibly imagine trying to take. Being on stage, performing in front of people, whether you're consciously aware that what you're doing or just going through the motions. It's that feeling Sometimes when you do try and find your own voice and you finally start to get something that you think is original, you start finding other people who are like-minded.
One, two, one, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. I was flying way too high, circling each and every night. Days and days just passed me by, delays but no arrival time. It was a dangerous flight, and I lost my sight until a burning streak of light hit my night sky. There you are, shooting star. It's what you are to me. Yes, you are, shooting star, burning eternally. I put my hands in the sand and play like I used to play. And though this child was now a man, I felt safe and unashamed. I left the door wide open for you to see what you want to see. And all the pieces that were broken I swept away so carefully. 'Cause good luck, it comes quick when you least expected it. But when you're staring straight at it like at a shooting star, and here you are, shooting star. That's what you are to me. Yes, you are, shooting star, burning eternally. Now that I realize it, I don't have to analyze it. Maybe let's finalize it, yeah. 'Cause there you are, shooting star. That's what you are to me. Yes, you are, shooting star, burning eternally. Yes, you are, shooting star. That's what you are to me, babe. Yes, you are.